Welcome to a sold-out Wilkins Stadium. While some may be here for the potential of fireworks after the game, the fireworks during the game might be even better. Good evening, everyone. Alongside color analyst Maddie Espinoza.
Here she is again.
Dayton, in her first year at Oklahoma, was at Utah the last couple of years, and she starts things off with a walk. And that is usually how...
Impressive.
And she shoots one to right. And the ball then gets bobbled by Lucas, and that allows an extra bag to be claimed by McEnroe Marinas and Oklahoma.
Yeah. Doesn't have much of the older girls, a good variety. They're all just athletic.
Cassidy Pickering works a walk, and now the base. Patience. Name of the game for Oklahoma. The 1-2 ends up getting by the first baseman for a hit. That scores our first run for the game. Gabby Garcia comes through with an RBI single as Oklahoma draws first blood. Compton was right there. It's one of those situations to where if Compton maybe didn't have to worry about a runner at first, she probably finds a way to get that one. And
yeah,
she almost did right then and there. Games was 574. Chance for two. Instead, they'll take one. That does score the second Oklahoma run, however. Ella Parker does just enough to make it 2-0 OU.
A little bit of a flinch from Solacek, and I mean, it scores a run, but wow, that was hit hard.
Shows bunt, got underneath it, and here comes Compton for the catch for Wichita State. Heads up play for the first baseman. She shows bunt, she puts it down. Tough play to be made by Nelson. She just puts it in her pocket. And Agbayani says, all right, don't mind if I do. Let me do the same thing. First year in a Sooner uniform, and she lifts one in the middle. A diving catch attempted but unable to be made. And Oklahoma makes it 3-0 in favor of the Sooners.
Good efforts by Sammy Hood. Just sometimes when you hit the ground, it just hits right out of your glove. And good effort, just was.
She goes to the right side and eats it by a Wichita State defender, and Bland coming into the game with 3 RBI, make it 5 now for the season as the Sooners lead.
Happens like that. Put the ball in play, got some speed on the bases, you're aggressive, and there you go.
Takes the pitch, throw to second on the attempted stolen bag, and Bland is able to reach safely. Aguilar looking to close the inning. Instead, it's smashed to the right side. 2 runs come in. Looking for 3 is Dayton, and she slides in safely. 2 RBI triple. Oklahoma expands it to 7.
Wow, just a great hit. And that speed was insane. I thought that was Lightning McQueen on the bases.
Christy Bredbender, if Barber can repeat it. Instead, this one gets by the catcher. They do throw it at home, but Dayton slides in and makes
on the bases because she's fast.
Played at UTSA with just 2/3 of an inning, and she delivers a strikeout at her first deal against Mizzou. Ended up tossing 4 innings. Gave up just 1 hit and 1 run. Eck, right back to the left it goes, and it ends up going over the wall.
Wow.
Ellie Eck with a leadoff home run for Wichita State. Went right after the scoreboard.
That was insane. nothing but ball. Kind of up the middle, kind of Apo Taco, and out of here.
Well, good thing they have protected net. 2-1 from Deal. Slapped over the short, and a good play made by Garcia. 1 down.
Yeah, not a bad.
3-2, Levonic puts it in play, but there is Agbayani, who's able to scoop it up. Deals over the first, 2 down.
Ooh.
3-1, hammered one to left field, and that one's gone. Solacek goes yard. Sixth home run for Taylor Solacek, and Wichita State gets 2 runs in the bottom half of the first via the long ball.
I mean, that's just insane. Both of their hits are home runs. I mean, OU, the Sooners, they have an amazing offense, but I will say Wichita State, they do as well. Last 6 games. That's an amazing stat.
Compton gets underneath it. Should be an easy play for Dayton, and it is. But Wichita State does get 2 on the board.
To that, Chloe Barber has seen a little bit more fight from her hitters is because, you know, they know some of the pitches that she's going to throw. They know her style. They know more.
Two. Hit hard to left, and back it goes, and off the scoreboard. Gabby Garcia, homer number 11 on the year, is worth 2, and Oklahoma has a 10 spot on the board in the second.
Wow, just gone off the bat. You could call her Gone Garcia because, man, that ball was hit well.
At the plate for Oklahoma, the designated player, Ella Parker.
Miami of Ohio with 5:06. Hood makes the play from short. First out recorded in the second frame. 3-2. This one stays in. Scott dinks it around and ends up coming up with a grab. Probably a sigh of relief coming down with that one.
You're here for a good time, not a long time. Have some fun.
Agbayani, she flies out in foul territory, and that ends up closing the inning. The 1-0 ends up being sent right by the shortstop Garcia, and Epperson showing off her speed. Ends up sliding in at second for a leadoff double.
She can do it all. She's got the power. She's got the speed.
Sitting with 9 hits, number 10 potentially could result in the third run. Instead it goes to short. Garcia did check for a moment at third, but instead there for another home run for Wichita State. This one is in foul territory. McEnroe Marinas ends up coming. Nelson to right, ends up going for a hit, and Wichita State gets run number 3 on the board. It's Kristen Nelson who brings home Jody Epperson to make it 10-3. Simple hitting for Kristen Nelson. Eck, check swing. Did she go around the appeal? They say she did. Now Christy Bredbender is heated. Ended up setting some records for North Carolina. And this one is drilled to right, and it reaches the bleachers for the second home run for OU. Emmerling with her 9th home run on the year. And Oklahoma makes it 11-3.
Yep, just straight power. And I wonder if that dude caught it. Oh, he almost did.
Player in the class of 2023 by extra inning softball.
Oh,
Bland
wow.
puts it down and make that a 2-hit day for Maya Bland. That's going to bump up the batting average a little bit. They always keep defenses on their toes. This one gets away from Barber, and that's an easy advance for Bland. Don't think Abigail Dayton needs a confidence booster, but maybe this will help. No. Instead, it's a catch for Eck. You saw the speed from Bland tagging up and reaching third, but Dayton there for a 2-0 from Barber. Hard hit to right center. Epperson trying to make a grab. Instead, it gets by her. Now we see the wheels of McEnroe Marinas, who ends up reaching third base, brings in another Sooner run.
You know, something that's wild to me is that the Sooners, they really do have that power, but even the girls that you think are going to be kind of on the slower side or anything, man, they are fast. Like, she is a...
And so many people thinking, well, is this the year Oklahoma doesn't get it done? Well, spoiler alert, not the case. This one hammered to left, and that is a no-doubter. Cassidy Pickering with a 2-run blast for Oklahoma.
I'm not going to lie, I do not know where that even dropped.
I've seen some long ones here at Wilkins Stadium. That one has to be up there.
Yeah, you can't elevate with a team like Oklahoma because they're gonna pound that ball, and she did. I mean, it hit the street.
That poor car that came, it almost was poor timing there.
Yeah. They need to be careful out there.
Second homer.
Well, I do know. I think we all know.
3-2 opposite field, but there is Eck to haul it in for the second out. Her sister Amira played softball at Washington. Sister Kiki played softball at Tennessee. But here she is going down, swinging to close the third. However, 2 more long hitting streak. Well, not quite a hit, but she chooses. Also been able to get the leadoff person on. He had Eliak, who started things off with a home run off the scoreboard. This one gets by the catcher, and sprinting over the second is Lauren Lucas. Rarely is there a weak spot for Oklahoma. Levonic just puts it in play. That advances Lauren Lucas. But Brooklyn ended up being an all Big 12 at second team. Here's a shot to straightaway center for Solacek, and she drives in her second run for today. 14-4, Oklahoma on top of Solacek with a couple of ribbies.
Yep.
They won in the SEC so far at this point. 1-2, Compton waited on it, and she smashes one.
My God.
Cam Compton.
She is on fire.
A missile for Compton, her 7th home run, the 6th one in the last handful of games.
Somebody needs to hose her down. Come on, she's on fire. Just, wow.
She knew it as soon as she hit it. She turned and looked at the dugout and said, let's go. And then she made the trot where she got a piece of high chew and now goes over to the dugout. It's 4-1 down in the bottom of the third. Jody Epperson.
Ooh.
She ends up going after the first pitch and makes it a 2-hit day. Had a double in the second and now a single here in the third. And Gabby Scott ends up working a walk. Might be honored someone saying that the moment has 4 homers on the season.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 5. It is Sammy Hood with a 3-run shot for Wichita State. She said, oh, I'm sitting at 4. Let's make it 5 as the Shockers put 3 more on the board against Oklahoma.
As soon as she hit that, you just knew it was gone. I mean, there's not really been any questions about any of the home runs today. I mean, it's been going, gone. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, but, I mean, we're definitely seeing some great hits today.
One from Monticelli ends up being a grounder for Kristen Nelson. Just a second out in the bottom of the 3rd, and now Ellie Eck heads to the plate.
You know, used to each other, build that chemistry, and
Monticelli blows one by Eck. She strikes out, but 6 runs for the Shockers in the bottom of the 3rd, 14.
getting this inning done with, because,
Here's Hood. After hitting that 3-run bomb, she ends up making a great play on a 1 ball. Another family that has some good genes. Here she is, drawing the walk for Oklahoma.
They're calm in the box. They know what to do. They know what they're looking for.
Emmerling had a home run back in the 3rd. This one doesn't have enough. You thought for a moment that the awards.
Too much good stuff going on here.
Yeah, for Maya Bland, it's been a good story for her with 2 hits here in the game. Has scored twice. This one gets by Scott Agbayani. One. Bland ends up flying out to short. And our first goose egg on the board. Basically 1,200 over 500 to go, yeah. Well, here's Wichita State not giving up. That gigantic building to our left. Still under construction, but I gotta say, it wasn't that long ago when they had North Texas as Slavonic is able to draw another walk that's back-to-back to 4 the rest of the way. 2-2 from Landry. Inside. And bonus for Wichita State. 3-2 from Landry. Salatrick just got enough, and they're actually going to say it hit her. Grand slam would be incredible, but Compton instead ends up lining out to short for the first out in the bottom of the 4th.
I thought for a chance he was going to get right over her.
Struck out a whopping 165 last year.
Some crazy numbers right there.
2-1, waiting on it. It goes to the right, and it finds the gap. 1 run is in. Here comes the second, and the Shockers pull within 3 after a 2 RBI single for Jody Epperson.
That is just good placement, really nicely done, and those runners were ready to go.
Oklahoma has surrendered its 2-2 coming from Landry. Scott puts it in play. That's good enough for a run. It's the second out in the bottom of the 4th, but Gabby Scott brings home a run as the Shockers have cut it to 2.
Sometimes you just got to do a job. Get them in.
The 3 going to the bottom of the 3rd. Hood swings and can't handle the heat from Landry. Landry comes in, gets the job done, but the Shockers get a little closer. In the most recent inning, she did not give up a single run. Here's a tough play over at first, and Running it out is Abigail Dayton. As she ends up wide. Nellie Macaron-Marinas goes after the first one and finds the gap. Rolls all the way back to the wall. Dayton flying around third. The throw goes wide, and Nellie Macaron-Marinas.
That ball's just smoked.
And then the throw from Epperson just went off the glove with a relay. Macaron-Marinas. And now this is taking too long. A time was called, and they're actually going to reward the base for Pickering. One. Scott tried to block it, but it does get away from her. That allows Macaron-Marinas to sprint on over to third, and Pickering heads on over. It goes right back to Barber. She blocked it, and then she throws it over Compton. So that means 2 runs are in, and Garcia ends up sprinting all the way over the third. Oklahoma has 17 runs now on the board to stretch at the 5. And now you just hope that Barber is okay. It went right back to her. She blocked it, and then she tried to scoop it and just clearly overshot Cameron Compton. 2-2. Ends up being belted right up the middle, and Oklahoma makes it 18 runs after the RBI single for Ella Parker. Oklahoma with those 18 runs, now a season best for the Sooners, surpassing the 17 earlier this month. 9 in the 4th, but here with 4, netting number 5, and nobody down. Nelson makes the play over at first. I think the argument being made is I fouled it off. Leg. She thought it went off her foot. And it ends up being confirmed.
I'll be athletes.
I'm talking about the family. For Agbayani, pretty impressive. Now she goes to the left, but ends up slicing into the glove of Eck. Good play by the left fielder. 2 down.
Walker.
Well, Slager went well outside, so you might be on to something. And you would be correct. Of course, I would never doubt you. A ways to go. 35 is the record for Oklahoma.
Oh!
And they have a shot to make it 19, although they halt the runner at third. Bland, though, make it a 3-hit day for the number 9 hitter.
3 for 3.
Boy, she's been sharp. Coach Gasso doing a great job of understanding, hey, let's get her some more playing time. Oklahoma. And Abigail Dayton puts it in play. Hood does not get it over there in time. And Oklahoma keeps it rolling. Bases loaded as Dayton is able to get that one in play, making it. Home run in 5 of the last 7. Instead, this one goes to Hood, and that one ends up getting over to the first baseman in time. Oklahoma, though, with 5 runs in the 5th. Sooners on top by 7 as we move to the bottom half. There's a lot of zip behind it.
I'm telling you, when it hit the backstop, I felt it.
Well, here she is, unable to find. Landry slings it by Eck. And for the 3rd time, Elliott goes down via the K.
Oh.
Going opposite
And
field,
she did
Lucas finds a way to bloop it in. And Lauren Lucas extends that hitting streak. Now over at third by McEnroe Marinas. Levonic, little indecision there on the swing. And Sam Landry says, thank you. I'll take my sin. And that time, ended up Costner. But here is Solacek. That is a moonshot right off the top of the scoreboard. Taylor Solacek with her second home run for the night.
Here I am again. Shocker speechless. Here we go. I mean, it hit the top of the board.
As soon as it happened, you saw the fans stand up because they knew how far. 5 home runs for Wichita State, 2 for Solacek. Compton chops it, ends up being picked up, and that wraps up the 5th. But Solacek makes some noise safely today. Solacek is 3 for 4. She reached via an error back in the 4th. Jody Epperson's 3 for 3. But for Oklahoma, here is Cassidy Pickering. Now reaching the bags for the 5th at the time for Wichita State and Chloe Barber. She had to be taken off. Hard hit ball. Chance for one at second. There's one there, but no chance at one over at first. But you'll take that one over at second base.
Stars. That's all I can say right now. Good block.
0-2. Scott blocked it. Can she zip it over in time? It actually deflects off the runner, and that allows Gabby Garcia. 2-2 from Sliger, and she gets Hicks to go down, swinging. 2 down in the top of the 6th. Here has 11 hits on the season. 4 of them being home runs. So she's got some pop, but this one could be trouble, but it's Eck who comes in to haul it in. And Oklahoma is scoreless in the 6th. In case you're wondering, for Oklahoma, the Sooners, 19 runs. It's the most since they put 22 on the board. Tough play for the third baseman, McEnroe Marinas. And there's Epperson, who laid her career high for hits was 2. And now she's double that.
Get down.
And now Gabby Scott says, hello, let me go ahead and get a hit myself. And then Epperson with the bobble and right. That allows ball game. Hood trying to lay down the bunt, and it allows Jody Epperson. She was in the middle of 2 players for Oklahoma. Thought that would have been a mistake, but instead, another look.
There's nothing we haven't seen.
And just a wild throw got by the glove of McEnroe Marinas. And we're back to a 3-run ball. Combined runs, 29 combined hits, and now 6 combined errors. And here's Landry getting Sammy Hood the strikeout. Great recovery for the Hurl. Thinking about taking off there at second was the freshman Scott. She really thought about it. But she is able to ring 6-5. And then played Oklahoma State down in Stillwater, lost 6-0, and then a heartbreaker, 9-8 and 9. 4-pitch walk as Nelson draws it, although maybe Landry was instructed to maybe not.
Anders. And even though,
Eck does indeed with a go through check swing. That's 4 Ks now for Ellie Eck, and here's Lauren Lucas with this Oklahoma team. Although it's a little bit different, Lucas put it in play. Tough play by Garcia. She's able to get over the third for the force out in Oklahoma. That's how good of a player that she is. Oklahoma kicking out the 7th with a bunt. Tough play, and they're going to say Agbayani is 3-2. Runner goes, no chance at two. Hood still makes a good play. Runner goes for third, and it ends up being a little bit short. Agbayani sprints over to third. Emmerling. 1-1. Bland puts it in play, and a tag will be made. Good work from Compton to stare over at Agbayani, who's over there at third. Big moments here and there for sure. 3-2 to Dayton. She swings and misses. Sliger gets her to go down. And it stays as a 3-run game as we move to the bottom of the 7th. 1916 Oklahoma. College World Series back in 2019 when they gave up 16 to UCLA. Tough play for Garcia, but boy, doesn't she make it look routine. Garcia rifles it over in time. Brooklyn Avonic goes down. And the 5 RBI also coming against the 49ers last year. 1-2, Solachik off the end of the bat. 2 down in the 7th. Would have swung out of my shoes for sure. The 1-1 though.
She keeps it alive.
Compton singles to center field. Compton's second hit keeps Wichita. Landry's 0-1 delivery. Right back to her, but it goes over a glove, but good work from Oklahoma to finish the job. The marathon won by Oklahoma. 1916 the final. And we'll recap it all when we return to Wichita. After Oklahoma wins it though, 1916. The Sooners improved to 30-1 now. Meanwhile, for Wichita State, Shockers falling back to 500, 16-16. But both these fan bases should be standing and clapping